What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're having a look at the brand new Legend Sanji, and I'm giving you guys just my first initial thoughts about the brand new Rush SUGO special mechanic, because this stuff is absolutely bonkers in terms of how it works. The first clip that we're going to be talking about here is just the trial quest. I attempted this like at least 10 times before I got this particular clip. I wanted to keep recording it until I was able to get the max Rush SUGO special. And what I mean by this is that when you activate the Rush SUGO special, you have to tap on your next character, but you have to do it multiple times in a row continuously, and essentially you have to keep hitting a perfect with your Rush SUGO special to maintain the chain. As soon as you hit anything less than a perfect, your next tap is going to conclude the Rush SUGO chain. So it's really careful that you have to hit those perfects as often as possible so that you're able to activate the Rush SUGO special as many times as you can. And I suppose this is also a good thing at the same time, because it does allow you to, only tap a couple of times with your characters just to ensure that you can keep some HP if you do need to do something like that. It is very bizarre. As you'll see here, we activate the Rush SUGO special of Sanji, and we're able to tap consistently over and over again. And I implore you guys to go into this trial content and test it out for yourself, just so you can experience what this Rush SUGO special is like. Definitely give it a shot for yourself to get a real grasp as to what we're talking about here. Moving on now to the secondary clip. This is against Clash Doflamingo. Now, we're not really looking at how he's able to clear content, but the thing that's very important here is that the Rush SUGO special of Sanji is actually able to trigger with Super Tandem. And not only does it trigger with Super Tandem, but Sanji can be used as one of the characters in the tandem chain. So you'll see in this clip here, we activate the Super Tandem of Sanji. Once it concludes, we tap on Luffy and then we tap on Zoro, and those three characters activate the Super Tandem of Luffy. And on top of that, you can stack Final Tap with it as well, which isn't really as surprising. But the fact that you can make Sanji become a part of the chain for the Super Tandem is the most craziest shenanigans, and it just will further increase the amount of damage that characters will be able to do once more teams get access to applicable Rush SUGO specials that synergize with their squads. So now I want to actually go ahead and show you guys just clearing some content with Sanji on the team. And remember, Sanji has the ability to become the captain as a crewmate, which is what we're showing off in this clip here, just because it's the way that the team works. And you'll see that we're actually using V1 Rayleigh as the captain, but, don't laugh, because it's actually really good, and it works exactly how I thought it was going to work. Anyways, let's actually talk about this Rush SUGO special in terms of what it does and how it works. Now, in order to activate it, there are 3 separate conditions that you need to fulfill. Number 1, well, you need to be on the final stage. Number 2, you need to have one of the Straw Hats, Yamato, or one of the Vinsmokes on your team. But you also need to have a recovery, a tandem, or a Wano slot on this character, and also be the first attacker of the turn. So there are lots of little conditions you need to fulfill. A lot of it's actually pretty easy. I think the most difficult condition, honestly, is just going to be getting the right characters on your team in order to activate it. And it is kind of annoying that you do need those characters to do that, but at the same time, at least in doing a lot of damage scenarios, you're probably not going to have to worry about that. The only situation where that's going to be annoying is when you need to bring a lot of characters to get around certain gimmick effects. Now, the effect itself mentions that every time you activate the Rush special, you will lose HP for each tap that you perform, and it will increase your chain multiplier for every tap that is performed as well. And when you get to your finish tap, which is the final tap of the chain of your Rush SUGO special, it will then apply up to a 2x attack boost at level 5 for your Strength Dex and Quick characters. So it does give us a little bit more information here that every time, this is at level 5 by the way, that at level 5 every single Rush tap will deal 12,500 damage to the crew, which is good because Sanji has that ability to allow overhealing, and he generates lots of recovery slots. And then even if you're running the hybrid scenario of like Luffy Yamato and Sanji, Luffy Yamato have the ability to make it so that you can consume recovery slots with perfects. So these two characters actually synergize very, very well. At level 5, you can do a maximum of 10 rush taps, and at level 1, it only caps out at 6 rush taps, so it is a little bit different there. And every single rush tap that you do will add 0.1 to the chain multiplier. But then when you get to the finish tap, which is where the animation plays, at that point, then you get an attack boost, and that scales depending on how many rush taps you have. At level 5, you can get anywhere between 1.4 and a 2 times boost for Strength Dex and Quick, which is incredible, especially because, as we now know, that does stack with Final Tap and also Super Tandem, so just adding all of this additional damage is so good. And then the Finish Tap also adds a 0.8 chain multiplier boost as well, so you're just getting chain and attack and all of these different effects, which can stack with a lot of other effects in the game. So there's just lots to love here about the Rush SUGO special. The only thing that will be kind of tricky is to, well, number one, you know, get this thing leveled out so you can get the best benefits of it, but also, you know, trying to actually reach this final tap, because the actual act of performing the Rush SUGO special, it's actually very difficult to do. And as I said, I implore you guys to run the trial quest and test it out for yourself just to see how difficult this Rush SUGO special actually is to do. It is absolutely bonkers. But that is going to wrap it up from me today. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
Ifrit Sanji!